up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka y'all already know who it is, Trick Ranking. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit the notification bell. If you like to support the channel, my cash app is in the description. If you like to follow me on any other platform, everything is the top description of YouTube. With that being said, let's get the show on the road, y'all.
You are watching a master at work. Gangsta Brazil. Real trap shit.
Hear her voice, shake my window, sweet seducing sigh, get me out into the nighttime, four walls won't hold me tonight. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? I say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Electric eyes are everywhere, everywhere. She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare.
Hey, yo, check it out. You know who it is, man. It's the one on Mr. Gangsta Girls himself, DJ the Fuck Drummer, aka Mr. Thanksgiving. Big shout out to my big homie doing this late, DJ Morrison. I see you over there holding it down. Holla at me sometime, man. Let me get some of them exclusives you got. Pay attention, you bastards.
Pay attention, you bastards. Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? What up, what up? That, I don't know where y'all from. Hey, where y'all coming from, though? Like, what city, state, country? Because I know somebody in here is not from this country. I can't even read what your name is. South Korea. Okay. Hey, what happened if you go to North Korea? Like, is it easy to go from South to North, or like, is it like borders? Like, I'm sure it's borders breaking South and North up. But what I'm saying, like, how I'm from America, I can go to South America and come back. Can y'all do that real easy out there in South Korea? Let me know them in the comments. All right, y'all. We're gonna go to my song, and then we gotta get to the nitty gritty. We're gonna go to my song, and then after that, we gotta go to check out this David shit. We got updates. So this is not a drill, folks. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Let me play my song. I just did. And what the hell? Hold on. All right, here we go, y'all. Here go my shit. My elevation, plots and situations, militant money is what I'm making. I'm record breaking, breathtaking, things making rattle in your bones, have you shaking. Seem to be see Saddam in your fucking sleep. You wake up, I beat him on the motherfucking street, bitch. I'm back on my feet, vibing on this fucking beat. Real niggas run in the pathway of heat. Them hoes know I'm in the zone when I slowly creep. I'm gonna blow soon as I hit the fucking beat. My elevation spawns in the Lexus truck Jeep. I'm getting signed bonus after each and every week. Top scenarios around the time. Sipping on fine wine, told y'all niggas I was gonna get mine. 1999, I heard the cloud chime. Getting closer to the end. Can my people comprehend? Ready to mend this black hole that this world may spend, or depends on which way your soul in. Said you tried to get in but fit in. That's all you ever knew. That's why you find some dumb niggas sitting back sipping on blues and 22s. Hanging at the house of blues of who I choose, my nigga. All right, y'all. Now we gotta go to the get to the. We gotta go. We about to react to David crime scene photos. Just made things work. We about to check out Hip Hop Buddha. Y'all go check out the man. The man got a great channel, very informative, kind of down to earth, but he real funny with it, bro. Like, buddy, he got it. He got it. He was made for YouTube. But we're gonna check his video out. We gotta break this down, talking about some crime scene photo. I really need to see what's going on with this. I thought the music they got the hell on. What's up?
Yo, we back with another one. Hey, look, David crime scene photos has been leaked. I think some of them was released by TMZ. But like I said, we gonna stay on top of this case. So let's see what's going on with these new photos that just came out.
Updates and new pieces of information, and honestly, I think David's finished. Honestly, if you want to know the full
Okay, so look, y'all,
that came out,
we broke this down before, but I want to hear his rendition of breaking this video down. We already did it, but I wouldn't mind listening to this again, especially with him putting this input on top of it. So let's check it out, y'all. See what's going on.
yesterday. Go and check out the last video that I did. I think it's called David is Done. But it's the long video that I did yesterday, and I read the whole paperwork, and in my opinion, I think this is over now. I think this is actually already over. I wouldn't be surprised if his legal team leave him. I wouldn't be surprised if he turns in a guilty plea and fesses up or finds some other way to check out of this situation. But I think the evidence is absolutely overwhelming. There's no way he's going to beat this. But there's still more information coming out, and it's so bad, it's hard to imagine it getting worse, but it can get worse, and it probably will get worse, and it's getting worse every single day. So obviously, I read you all the paperwork, and that paperwork was broadcasted on a bunch of different platforms, Rolling Stone, TMZ, and you know, they couldn't even really scratch the surface of how.
Even on my platform, Hip Hop Boo, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit
go
that
check
hype
that boy
button.
out. Go check him out, man. Go check out Hip Hop
Bit of
Boo.
paperwork, but obviously we now know David did some very stupid stuff. He ordered 2 chainsaws, a body bag, and a shovel, all on Amazon or.
Now, this what I'm trying to figure out. I understand that the paperwork said that he ordered the 2 chainsaws, swimming pools, and all that. The PI said they found 1 chainsaw.
So
I want to know, do they got that pool or pictures of that pool, and do they got those chainsaws and pictures of those chainsaws? That's what I want to know.
Postmates, right after the murder, okay, he Ubered her from her home to his house. He sent a text 30 minutes later saying, "Where are you?" trying to pretend like she never turned up. But it's Cap, okay? There's so much evidence. They found her blood in his garage. They believe he used a chainsaw to cut her up in a blue inflatable pool. They've got plastic fragments from the pool inside the body. It's over with, okay? It's over with. Now, this is the latest pictures going around. So I'm not going to read you this article. You already know what's in this. Or go and watch my last video. But this is now going around. This is the photograph of the garage where David allegedly dismembered Celeste. So here it is, all right? You know, it is actually just so sad to think what horrible things happened in this location. And this is where they found blood. They did find traces of blood here. I made myself really small so you can see absolutely everything.
And that garage looked kind of small. And like I said, y'all know, like I know, ain't nobody finna just sit and let you stab them. But due to the size of this garage, that door probably being the only way in and out besides the main door where a car could come in at, I could see him having her in there with no way
to get out.
Yeah. And when he probably first stabbed her, it probably shocked her, and then he probably just kept stabbing until she was no longer moving. But they say he stood there and watched her bleed out.
So they found traces of blood. They got chainsaws. That it's over with, okay? But this is where it happened, right? We're seeing this for the first time, and it's just one of many pieces of evidence that's going to be included in this case if it does go to trial. But I'd be surprised. Says that loser did all of that on Brick, as if we didn't learn. Brick is extremely porous and keeps history. He really is the stupidest man. That's why he thought the plastic inflatable pool was so genius. But people point out very clearly, wouldn't the chainsaw have 1, pop the pool, 2, make blood fly and splatter everywhere? There's really no way that he really thought a plastic pool was going to stop all that. But I'm assuming he never did much thinking and probably just ran with it, as it looked like he had a backup plan to burn her, evidenced by the burn cage that he bought with that chainsaw that he used. Okay? Is so dumb. So I really can't understand how he was that stupid. An inflatable pool, the things that are known to pop easily. We're saying, right, the physics alone makes 0 sense. The chain spins at like 50 miles per hour. That means high velocity splatter hitting the walls, the ceiling, and the person holding it. A plastic kiddie pool wouldn't contain any.
Man, this shit's scary, bro. This shit is weird, bro. This shit weird, bro.
If that airborne mess, and the second the blade caught the plastic bottom, the pool would be shredded anyway. Definitely not a guy who thinks things through.
Yeah, he's stupid, bro. He's an idiot, bro.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
It's so dumb. It is actually so dumb. People say not to be graphic, but a theoretical question. If he wanted to dismember her, why didn't he use a bone saw? I imagine that would have caused less blood to splatter everywhere. Also, I'd probably throw up if I found a dead.
He's an idiot. He don't know nothing about no bone saw. But also too, right? We gotta look at this too, and we gotta realize something. Okay, him doing this is like he was doing stuff in a rush.
Yeah.
So because he was doing things,
and then he had to go like right back on. I think if it was not back on tour, he had to go on tour. And then I think maybe 2 days after she passed away, if I'm not mistaken, that's when he released the Wither project. So you gotta think about it. He unalived her, then the Wither project come out right after that. Then he started dropping songs on her actual birthday, dog. Like goofy shit.
he made a trillion mistakes. Common sense.
Yeah, bro, you need to get fired up. You got to get fired up for that one. You got to get fired up for that one, boy.
Should have told you that when you put the chainsaw on the person, that their DNA was gonna be all over the garage, cause you cutting them up. So if you didn't know or didn't think that was gonna happen, then you stupid and you could be trying to cover up something, make it more of a bigger mess.
Dead person. Can't imagine how effed up you have to be to dismember someone, especially someone you knew with a chainsaw. Makes me nauseous just thinking about it. So is that a drain in the garage? I wonder if he managed to drain the pool there, if so. So not gonna lie, it just looks like stuff on the floor, probably a dark drain blood stain, if that's what you're referring to, a dark dry blood stain. You were saying, is that a drain in the middle? Could be a drain, and could be a whole bunch of evidence down there. So this is another picture from the outside. What's really interesting is this is one of those properties where you can actually pull right up and drive into the garage. So think about this. He was allegedly sawing her up in this garage. Anybody could have walked right by. Anyone could have, any member of the public, this is open to the public, you just walk by. It's insane. It is actually insane. So it says the others live there too, so I'm thinking they left that. I think would have made sure all of her stuff was taken care of back after he killed her. I think she probably grabbed her stuff when she was no longer seeing him. So I don't know why I didn't imagine it looking like that. I imagined a big white garage with white floors. I kind of imagined it like a GTA Online garage, to be honest. Not as pristine, but definitely better and bigger than that. I agree. I thought it would have been a bigger garage. What I was imagining was nothing like this. He was saying, I thought so too. I keep overestimating.
I don't even. This shit is so stupid. It's kind of unbelievable, bro. Like, bro, you killed somebody with a garage that didn't have a door on it, bro. Like, bro, so you actually killed her in a garage that didn't even have a door on it. Bro, you gotta be, bro. This
What
shit.
kind of dumbass would do something like this?
Something ain't right about this.
I thought, given the price, it would have been one of those epoxy floors. Did he really think he was just going to get away with
But
it?
he is young though, so I mean, young people make. I mean, I'm not gonna say just young people. People, period, make stupid mistakes. But just for him to first off be messing with this little young girl. Second off, you ended up ending her life. Third off, you disrespected her body, bro. You can't disrespect the dead, bro. Like that don't end well for you, big dog.
This. He's so effing deluded. Says he never cared about getting away with the crime. If he did, he would have prepared, but he didn't. He killed her last minute. I'm sure he knew all of the possibilities he would be caught. The first thing would obviously not to be sent an Uber to your house for the person you plan to murder. He's definitely dumb, but he didn't care about getting away with the crime. Says this idiot didn't even get rid of the kiddie pool he used under her. They found it in his garage with a...
And
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm not sure if the Tesla got like tracking, like where you done drove or whatever like that, but they know he took that drive to get rid of her stuff. Like how much of her stuff, like besides her passport, that the guy say that he felt that they got, how much other stuff did they find along that way, along that path, like along that drive, where he just done drove out into this remote location and scattered her evidence off.
So he probably dropped that chainsaw out in the desert. He might have buried a hole and dug a hole and then buried it in the desert. Because they say he got two chainsaws. They only found one chainsaw. They found the pool with the blue bottom that had some of the micro plastics inside some of the wounds of her dismemberment. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. And you left her in your car, bro. Like, man, watch out, bro. You stupid, big dog. You stupid, big dog. Like, you failed, bro.
All over the place. So years down the line, if the police didn't find everything, years down the line, depending on how deep this weirdo went, somebody might be jogging somewhere and find her other two fingers.
Damn.
Like, you see what I'm saying?
That's
crazy, bro.
Nah, that's
that you would do that to somebody and then go drive and hide they had they belongings and stuff and probably threw parts of their body away with it. Like the one man found her passport
on the side
so
of
it's
the
like
road.
when he went out there to do all that, what else is out there? Crazy.
Yeah,
Chainsaw.
man.
Internet. Life is really unfair, and any idiot off the street can become rich and famous without any brains or talent. People saying, is that a drain or a stay in drain? Most likely goes to the sewer system. Okay. I don't want to sound grim or insensitive, but I'm wondering, did he lure her right into the garage when he got there and did it there? If so, wouldn't there be more visible staining? The reports say that they found her unique genetic DNA, unique genetic data in the garage, which adds up because brick is extremely porous. Shrug. He is really stupid, I guess, but it's kind of like half-assed, you know. Like, what was he thinking is going to happen when he lured her to off her? Like, all the stuff he ordered later, it doesn't make any sense. It's not kind of, it's half-assed. He had all night in that day to think about his actions. He literally could have just blocked her. Instead, he spent 1 hour on something Uber and then really chose murder. He must have been hella angry, I guess. Something told me he has low-key anger issues. Either way, he didn't plan the murder or care to think it through. He just did it because she was an inconvenience to him. Now, I wonder what messages he sent to her before she was lured to the house, okay? Now, there's another thing that's coming out. There's a few new things I want to show you guys.
Hey, then my girl calling me. I gotta. All right, y'all. We back to the live, man. I had to talk to my girl right quick. What was we on? We was watching YouTube. And we was going on this hip hop Buddha thing, so we back, y'all. I still got my comments and everything. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, YouTube. Thank you, man, for leaving my stuff together. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, YouTube. And look like it's stopped now where I need to be stocked up at. Cool, man. Appreciate y'all. We gotta do hip hop Buddha right quick, cause we was in the middle of hip hop Buddha. Talking about this Celeste, cause I man, yeah, they got some good. Okay, it look like I'm gonna play it from where we were just watching it from, y'all. So boom, I hope some people come back in here. If y'all do, that's what's up. If not, I'll holler at y'all maybe tomorrow. Definitely on Monday. I gotta drop something. So.
We looked at this video yesterday, and I couldn't really see anything. I couldn't really see who was there. But now people are saying, call me crazy, or is someone in the car holding their nose? I believe they're suggesting this is a face, and this is a hand up to the nose. People are saying it looks like somebody's holding their nose. Could be David, or they said it was David driving. So I have no idea what people are seeing here. All I see is pixels. I think that could be the darker part of the face, and the lighter part being a hand holding the nose. And that would be like...
Now,
Bro said, guess who's back? Chilling to the next episode. Guess who's back?
a lot of people saying it was Neo that was driving.
Nah, I don't remember you.
The prosecutors them say it was David that was driving.
No lies tonight. I'm not gonna lie and say, yeah, I do remember you, but where you tapping in from? Where you coming from? Mr. Cone. Oh.
But I keep telling y'all, and it goes back to my point all over again. He was out of town when that car was moving. So somebody else besides him had to be driving that car. Now y'all got to remember, Neo was arrested for a reason. They talked to him for a reason. He's a witness for a reason. If he didn't drive that car, what else did he do, or what?
Did he help him dispose of the body? We need to know.
Was his part that he got in trouble, but they let him back out because he told on David? Think about it. He had to testify before the grand jury. They locked him up so he could do it, right? Once all got done, then they let him go. So it's like they got the information, then they let him go. But my whole thing is, what part did he play? I can understand the business managers and all them getting locked up because y'all knew that girl was underage and y'all knew he was dealing with that girl. So that explains their part on that. But the Neo part, he had to have some type of role in it for the way he had SWAT team show up at his crib, get him, get arrested, forced to go in front of the grand jury, then let go like he ain't played no type of part in this. And I think as the case move on,
Man, they came to Neil though like that what happened, y'all.
we gonna end up finding out what he did. But he definitely did something.
You see how that looks like a thumb going up there? You see that? Looks like a thumb and hands. So it looks like that to me. I see it. Honestly, I see it. I actually see it. Yeah, I see it, personally. I personally see it. It does look like someone's holding their nose. It does look like somebody is holding their nose. These.
It would make sense for somebody to be holding their nose because
It's a dead
that
body.
little girl is in the front of that car and is locked up.
She not
killing me, but that is
She not even in the back of the car. She's
probably
she in the front of the car. You know how bad that smell of decomposing body, man?
probably horrendous. Even with the windows down, they really thought that dumbass Sentry was going to do anything. I also wanted to add in the ring vid of the car, he seems to be driving fast. I lived in a similar neighborhood and it's not normal to be going that fast. The smell was probably so bad he sped up the car. People aren't seeing it. I actually I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it personally. I'm actually seeing the hands over the face there. So we've got a new sketch of the court date. I unfortunately missed the last court date, but there was a courtroom sketch. He was in there in his orange jumpsuit. I wonder if he was allowed to have the haircut that he requested yet, because he was looking mad dusty and his hair was just looking frazzled when I see him in there. I wonder if that got back to him and that's why he requested the haircut. Who knows? But me and my guy, Young Camel Toe, we were Young Camel, we were just, yeah, we were mocking his hair when we came out of the courtroom. He looked a mess, honestly, he looked a mess. Because artists taking liberties with his height. Look how small they made him look. Made him look like a tiny little man. He was saying he'll be an orange his whole life. I don't know how the F he thought he was going to get away with this. In my time, I've never seen such a highly publicized case of the criminal being so effing dumb. He really thought no one cared about Celeste, and therefore no one would look. But did he not forget he was already tied to her from the first police phone call, where they proved they were together while she was a minor? He was already on a list to watch for and was always going to be the number one suspect, whether it was now or years from now. He's literally moronic. If he cared so much about his career, he would have cut her off a long time ago entirely. Instead, he thought he was smart.
Man, if he cared about his career, he would have never talked to her in the first place. She was too young, bro. She was too young, man.
Than everyone else at 20 and 21, and look where that got him. Because at first I thought he just counted on her remaining a missing person forever. Now we know the police were literally investigating her relationship with him, and that her parents asked him where their daughter was, but he said he didn't know. And then why the F would he just abandon his car illegally?
He wasn't thinking about his career, man. He was more wrapped up in this quote-unquote gore fantasy that he had that he wanted to live out. Because if he really cared about his career, you been cut that girl off a long time ago.
You would have never fucked with her in the first place.
You should have left her alone. But after the police came and talked to you, that's when you shouldn't have been messing with her in the first place. But once the police came and told you she underage, this, that, and the third, you know you should have stopped messing with that girl. But he didn't do it.
So I ain't here. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to hear the part about it. They saying that the police already had talked to David about messing with this girl. Like, ain't no, bruh, if I mess with a little young girl right now, ain't no police talking to me, bruh. If the niggas in the hood don't catch up with me, guess what? I'm in trouble, bro.
He just wanted to live out the crazy, gory fantasy that he wanted to live out. You know, dweeb, weirdo. That's what weirdos do.
Parked with her in it, 3 months decomposing in the car. Uber her straight from her home to his, and he kept the inflatable swimming pool. I'm starting to think he stopped giving a shit. This dude is a narcissistic moron. That's my take. I think it's just narcissism. He thought he was so successful, everything he touched turned to gold, billion streams, in his closet, making songs on an iPhone that are going gold. I think he just thought he had the Midas touch and he could just solve anything. I think he just thought he was the wonder kid. And he wasn't, okay? So I laughed at the second one, artist drew him the scale. He should have asked for a booster seat instead of a nice fit to go with his jail haircut. When your mum makes you give the weight that you order, that is hilarious, okay? So some people are kind of going back over the timeline with the new evidence and saying they called it. It was obvious from the start. That's how a lot of people feel. So this guy says, I called it like 1 week ago. This guy's dumb as hell. He literally thought changing his Amazon shipping name would hide him and still had it delivered to his own house. Like, that's the level we're dealing with. And this part is actually insane to me. He really thought texting Celeste, where are you?
So that right there was stupid. He on some the on that drizzy shit. Anita Max win. He used the Mexican lady name to get the things that he needed for the actual wrapping up of the crime or hiding it and cleaning it up, whatever. He burn cage, chainsaw, body bag. I mean, the man had every motherfucking thing, bro. Like, man, watch out, bro. Like, that man was trying to get away with this. He thought he was gonna get away. He thought he was gonna get away, but guess what? Not today. I'm talking about no contraire move, Freya looking at.
And sending another message an hour later was going to save him. In his head, that was his alibi.
I gotta say that one again. No contraire move, Freya looking at. Goofy ass. Nigga.
Like, yeah, sure, I texted her. She never showed up. See? Be serious. If law enforcement can see that one message, they can see the entire chat. They can recover everything. You really think they're not going to piece it all together? That where are you text isn't doing anything. It doesn't help him. It doesn't make him look innocent. It just looks obvious. At this point, it's not even shocking. It's just, how do you mess up this badly? Even a defense attorney would low-key laugh at that. This is the guy we've been overanalyzing for 7 months. It's unbelievable. If it wasn't so serious, you could actually laugh at how backwards David is. I really had the thought that he knew at some point he'd get caught and that his defense strategy was to claim a mental disability. People saying they think he's going to try and plead insanity. They said there's way too much obvious consciousness of guilt here for that. To plead insanity, you're saying you didn't know at the time that you were doing was wrong because your mental capacity was diminished. You did way too much planning and orchestrating to even make that type of argument. Very, very good point. All right. The cover up is what's this under. Even if they somehow bought his dumbass alibi, why is the alibi texting a little girl? It's like an episode of Gideon's EDP watch facts. Imagine being the Uber driver. I feel bad for them. That is really sad. It gets worse. He purchased an incinerator that went through her passport on the side of the highway. Through her passport in a location, by the way. He didn't think to turn his location. Kept all that switched on, and it resulted in the police knowing exactly when he drove there and back, right down to the precise time, and he did so multiple times. So this underage girl that you ordered an Uber for on your account, which the Uber tracking itself showed, picked her up from her home address and dropped her at your home address. The girl that just as the Uber shows her being dropped off at yours, and it goes quiet for over 20 minutes before you start texting her pretending she hasn't been dropped off at yours. The girl, once she was dropped off at yours, she was never seen or heard from again. Her car was mysteriously found in a completely random remote place that's hours away from anywhere. Place that all your location tracking data shows you drove to in the middle of the night, just after she didn't get dropped off at yours by an Uber, that their location tracking data shows they did drop at your home. Oh, and this just happens to be the same girl whose dismembered body was found in the trunk of your car. Yeah, this guy's really the dumbest MF out there. It is so, it's unthinkable. And the fact you tried to contact her only for 2 days after no showing right after the Uber, I searched for missing vapes longer than that, it's facts. All right, like who has a heated argument with someone about being exposed and losing their career and facing jail time, then just doesn't try and talk to them after a few days? Going from that much worry to forgetting about it makes no sense. Everyone acted like he was some mastermind. No, he's just a piece of shit. After seeing everything that came out yesterday, I'm so confused as to why they let this guy out on the streets for so long. He's clearly capable of killing others. If he had, then blood would be on the hands of the police for allowing him to be in public. It's crazy. Okay. At the start, I definitely had doubts someone could be this dumb, especially leaving a body in the car registered to your name right from around your house. But I guess everyone earlier on was 100% right that he was just that effing stupid. Now, I want to get some updates from our guy, Steve Fisher. He gave a few updates to give his opinion on the new evidence that came out, the chainsaw, and the other items that were found at David's house. This guy needs David's house. He's found things. He found chainsaws at David's house.
Small town at the southern tip of Texas. Most people have never heard of it. It sits on a strip of coastal land along the Gulf of Mexico.
Found chainsaws at David's house. Let's hear what's it.
You talked about a chainsaw months ago. You talked about finding a chainsaw months ago. Your reaction to this, does this confirm everything that you couldn't actually reveal at the time? Talk to us about it.
Yeah, it confirms some of it. We didn't know everything. Let's be honest about that. But, we did find a chainsaw. We found a burn cage, and we knew that they were ordered in the name of this Victoria Mendez. we disclosed that it was, in a fake name, and but we didn't know if that was a real person or not. However, all these things, and there was more things that were delivered to the house in that name, and we couldn't get past the chainsaw or the burn cage. Just there was no reasonable use to have it there, and now we find out that it does appear like they played a role.
Joseph.
Now, this is what I'm trying to figure out. As we go through the timeline, David had a plan. He got the chainsaws, he got the burn cage. So the final part,
I don't know what he about to say, but what I'm about to say is the final part of this stupid ass plan. He thought he was gonna unalive this goddamn girl and get away with it and have a big music career like he's some fucking I don't know. I don't even wanna put nobody's name next to his, but yeah, like he just gonna just kill this little young girl, come out here, start capping, bucking in your music career, going all the way up the charts. And there ain't nobody gonna say nothing about this, bro. See, bro, this is the thing. A child lost their life, my nigga. A child lost their life, though, bro. This real shit right here, bro. This real shit, bro. This could have been my child, bro. My child 10. Yeah, my child 10, shawty. So, like, they say he met her when she was, what, 11 or something? I think they met the girl when she was 11 years old.
According to what they saying,
bro,
is her body was supposed to end up in his burn cage, right? Now, I don't think you could use the burn cage in your house. So maybe...
So, David is going to get both sides of justice. He's going to get street justice, and then he's going to get justice. He's going to get the actual legal justice. But then he's going to get street justice, too. You dig? Because what he did was horrible.
He's right,
I'm talking about horrible. And when he get in there, he might think this shit. I don't think he think it's a game now because he been locked up. But before, he thought he was gonna get away with it. Get what he was doing, y'all.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Yeah, he started beginning to believe he was gonna get away with this shit. Push it to the side. You know what I'm saying? Have your own little this and that. Blah, blah, blah. Man. Tell y'all like this, man. Watch what you do. Watch who you around. Watch your surroundings. And that's about it. That should keep you alive, bro. Watch your surroundings. Watch who you around and watch your surroundings. And if you can put them three together and maneuver in life like that, you'll have a long life, buddy.
He had planned to burn her somewhere.
It's some people I know for damn near over 20 years, bro. I don't even fuck with you, bro. I don't fuck with you, bro. Cause you on some bullshit, bro. You really on the bullshit, bro.
He's right,
I'm looking at these folks like,
Wait a minute. Who are you?
goofy ass nigga, bro. Like,
when he got back
bro.
or whatever, cause
You gotta watch who you hang around, bro. And I don't hang around people, so basically, like, nigga, you hanging around me at this point.
After that, his album dropped and stuff started picking up. So I don't know. But also, I still have questions about, like, who else either knew about this or who else helped them. I don't see somebody doing this all by themselves and not saying a word, and you know everything you done did. And I understand that they had to get a discovery and the evidence and all that to his defense people so they would know, which is why we got more information. But I think it's still a lot of stuff that we don't know because there's too many unanswered questions, too many.
I don't know the better way to, I really don't know the best way to ask this, but can you explain what dismember?
So what we're going to hear is basically forensic analyst Joseph Scott Morgan is actually going to break down the process of a dismemberment. And, you know, trigger warning, this is going to be, you know, a grisly description of what likely went down in that garage.
Bring somebody with a chainsaw actually entails cutting off someone's fingers, because we are now have to believe, according to prosecutors, if these allegations are true, that a 20-year-old did this.
Yeah, I can break it down for you very succinctly. The fact that,
I mean, I forget my man's name that he was eating the body parts of the refrigerator and stuff like that. What was his name? Damn, what the I can't believe, bro. I know I'm getting old. I can't remember this man's name. Damn. Yeah. But they say his first time taking somebody away from this planet, they say this man was like a teenager or something. I don't want to say the wrong names.
the RPMs that a chainsaw generates, which are thousands, it moves at a very high clip. And with that, chainsaw has teeth on it. It's not teeth like a regular handsaw. I've had a couple of cases involving chainsaws over the course of my career, and I'll just put it to you this way: the deposition of tissue and blood, because with a regular handsaw, you would just you might get a little tissue, you're gonna have a lot of blood. This is going to sling actual tissue everywhere.
Yep. Exactly.
And so
he would have had to been inside. You talking about the pool? You would have had to actually been inside like a enclosement. Then when you come out of that enclosement, you got all this on you, bro. This man, bro, I don't get it, bit dog. Like this right here, bro. This is disgusting, bro. Messing with kids is some bullshit, bro. Like. But for you to unalive this child too, bro, like you a fucked up motherfucker.
There's no way.
You fucked up.
No
bro.
way.
You some real bullshit out here, nigga.
Heaven that you're going to be able to clean up every bit of tissue deposition that's there. You might think you've gotten it, but
you put a chainsaw to this girl and she was dead. Man, watch out, bro.
Once the cops get in there and they have enough time, they're going to collect, and that goes back to this idea that they've identified DNA. And they're saying that it is her DNA.
And coupled with the pieces from the pool, right? The pool mat that allegedly used to wrap her up.
Well, yeah, and they're talking about kiddie pool that was there that facilitated this. And if you read that TMZ bit that they had, they're talking about he used this to guard the flow of blood. So yeah, and if it is blue, they've got plastic embedded into these insults onto her body. And so
when he was trying to chop her up with the chainsaw, I don't even know. This shit just sounds like, bro, they gonna have to make a movie out of this shit, bro. They gonna have to, bro. It's gonna have to be a David movie, bro.
He's right, you know.
Got to be, bro. There's no way they ain't gonna make no movie about this, bro. This shit is like some shit you would write in a Hollywood film studio.
Be a matter of the criminalists, which also has indicated that they're examining these pieces. They've been able to tie back these fragments, which is very powerful stuff.
Steve.
So it's crazy. What he basically said is, look, when you cut a body with a chainsaw, it's not just blood; it's literally tissue.
Flipping everywhere because the shit's spinning around. It's like a bike chain, nigga.
Physical matter from the body is going everywhere. It's going all over. It's going on the roof, it's going on the floor, it's going on you, it's going on the walls, it's going everywhere. Impossible to clean up. No chance, zero chance. You're not clean, it's not happening. Okay? Impossible to clean up. So
man, this is what if we already know you're a scumbag for messing with Celeste? Okay, you messing with Celeste. But what if one of your homeboys do it and you didn't even know he was gonna do this. But I don't believe that, bro. I believe this man was all in on this. Like that's just a theory I just threw out there, man. Fuck that shit, bro. This man did this shit. Lock his ass up. If you need to stick a needle in his arm, go ahead, bro.
As you now going
Like,
to hear, Steve
I
Fisher is
ain't
going to
got
give some
time
more
for that
interesting
goofy
information, basically discussing the disturbing evidence that was found on David's phone. And a big question we've all been waiting for: did somebody else actually be involved or knew about the murder?
So much was made about this alleged relationship. You know, the brief says that Celeste was 11 years old when they first met, 13 years old when the sexual relationship began, that there was text messages between the two talking about Plan B, pregnancy, naked photos of Celeste, of her engaging in sexual activity. Is this in line with what you found?
Damn. You dirty enough to take this girl life underage and still have CP on your phone of her? Yeah, this rough right here. This is on a whole nother level, bro. Like this right here is you got a first class ticket to hell, bro. First class. Like you're going. You're like if anybody else go to hell when I'm in heaven, just let me know. Like text me and let me know like who down there with y'all, cause he's definitely gonna be there. And I'm not here to put nobody in no heaven or hell, cause I definitely ain't God. But what I will say is this right here, yeah, this is different. This is different. This real different, my nigga. Real motherfucking different, man. This shit different, bro. Like, I don't know about this one, bro. We almost to the end of it. Y'all done stopped it. I done talked to a girl that came back. Y'all still in
really,
here.
really young. So I have worked in I'm studying journalism and worked in all of these
Shit
different
got cut
corporations. Like
off.
Naked photos of Celeste, of her engaging in sexual activity. Is this in line with what you found?
Yeah, it is. And, you know, it's so sad. I mean, this girl, she'd been a teenager for.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up, Mr. P.I. man. You knew that and you couldn't tell us that?
Hold on, y'all. We gotta run that back right quick. We gotta see what they talking about. Hold on, we gotta see what they talking about. Hold on. All right, come on.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, it's so sad. I mean, this girl, she'd been a teenager for.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up.
One more time. All right, let me see.
So, as you're now going to hear, Steve Fisher is going to give some more interesting information, basically discussing the disturbing evidence that was found on David's phone. And a big question we've all been waiting for: did somebody else actually be involved or knew about the murder?
So much was made about this alleged relationship. You know, the brief says that Celeste was 11 years old when they first met, 13 years old when the sexual relationship began, that there was text messages between the two talking about Plan B, pregnancy, naked photos of Celeste, of her engaging in sexual activity. Is this in line with what you found?
Yeah, it is. And, you know, it's so sad. I mean, this girl, she'd been a teenager for.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up, Mr. P.I. man. You knew that and you couldn't tell us that? So you knew it was photos, videos, etc. of her doing stuff with this dude, and you ain't let us know that. Lord Jesus, man, y'all better protect y'all kids out here. Well, this is crazy.
But see, the thing about it is, like, you know, I don't like to, really disagree with Hip Hop Buddha because he's an agreeable guy. But the only thing I can say, like, contrary to that, is he might wasn't able to put that information out because they was doing an active investigation. Now I can see that, but yeah, hip hop Buddha be right down there 98.99% of the time. So the nigga, hey, his track record good now. He good folk now. But I'm just saying, like, it might be, Buddy goddamn really couldn't say nothing because they was like he knew some of the stuff that they was gonna bring out in the actual, I guess, indictment or whatever, how that shit
for 1
right.
year, and it's so hard to get past like how he could do this, how anybody could do this to anybody and ruin their life. But I want to say something real quick because I was going to call Joseph off the show too before. We're really confused about this. What happened to this tissue and this bone marrow from the chainsaw, because they make it sound like there was trace amounts found, and they didn't really turn the house into a crime scene. They didn't hold it long when they did the search warrant. So it's really confusing. It seems like a chainsaw would have absolutely created a horrific scene.
It's interesting, right? Because that home's back on the market. It's up for rent. They didn't keep it. They didn't keep the property as a crime scene. The police searched it for a day. They got everything they needed. They got out. They could rent. I could rent it now, right? It's a bit too expensive for me. I ain't gonna lie. But you could rent it. You could get up in that crib now.
But they don't speak about that. So there's I still feel
I would not even want to be in
People
that.
not getting to this.
And I'm sure you got some weird ass people that be talking to spirits that left and all this other stuff like that. They gonna rent their house and they're gonna be doing seances and trying to bring her back up and what happened. And I'm telling you, bro, I know what's gonna happen, bro. But this shit gonna turn into a whole media circus out here, bro.
If the allegations are true,
Like, bro, these are my words. These are my words. Hey, these are my words. But don't take my word for it. You can look it up in a book.
The brief claim that David was the last to drive the Tesla in late July before Celeste's body was found, it didn't confirm, as far as I read, that doesn't mean someone else may have moved it. You tell me if I'm looking at it the wrong way. And then also they made the allegation that David lied to people about the smell in the trunk. So it seemed when I was reading this, it kind of moved away from the idea of him working with anyone else.
I guess it depends on the way you read it. I still go back to the DA's statement that they're not taking off the table. Other people can still be charged in this thing. I do think there was help. As far as the Tesla goes, the surveillance we have, I've always said that they probably have more surveillance than us. Surveillance we have, I do not believe that that's David is a light-skinned, long-haired person driving the car. I don't know what they have after that time, if David went to the car or something. But
or if they knew what was in the car. Or if they knew what was in the car. Because, look, that's another part. They talk about the car, the body being in the car for quite some time.
Yeah, but they say they gotta know that the body was in the car at the time that person was driving it. But like they said earlier in this video, the person who was driving this car looked like they holding their fucking nose, like something ain't right in this car, bro. Like,
I think it's a little confusing about where the remains were when they were transported to the car. I mean, do you have a better idea?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think he stored them in the car. We heard from neighbors that the car started moving around the neighborhood starting in May. But it was nearby, and it was. Listen, I'm in search and rescue. I've dealt with a lot of sea bodies. It's a very distinct smell, that, especially if it was in the garage for a while. I mean, that's where the other Tesla was being parked. It was going in and out. It was not being parked on the street, and they had like an arcade set up down there. I don't know how these people didn't know.
Look,
Ran into my ex-husband at my cousin's cookout.
the ex-husband.
I don't know how these people didn't know.
Stop it.
He's saying he doesn't know how the other people in the crib didn't know. Now, Steve Fisher, he's all up in everybody's business, okay? He's all up in David's business. He actually posted photos of David's mail, all right? And what do you know? What's the name on there? What's the, Victoria Mendez, right?
Victoria Mendez. It sounds like Anita Max Win to me. It's giving me it's giving me Anita Max Win vibes.
Information that we not privy to. But what I'm saying is the guessing game stuff. Why you just won't be more direct? They're like, you wait on them to do something, then you do something. You wait on them to do something, then you do something. Like, no, put it on the floor. Like they said, other people could be arrested for this. They definitely did say that. You said that you feel like he definitely. That's my whole thing. They need to get off the street before they flee. That we need to get them off the street before they try to get up out the country. You know what I'm saying? It won't be cheap because Spirit Airlines just shut down. You know what I'm saying? But we need to get these people off the street, man. There's a bunch of weirdos running around here that don't help this man, and they all need to be off the street. So we got to get them off the street.
I'm supposed to be able to zoom in. There you go. Victoria Mendez, the fake name. He took pictures. Who knows what was in these parcels? This could have been a hacksaw. This could have been more evidence. This could have been more stuff that David was planning to use to chop up the body or to try and get away with this. SF Investigates posted the pictures of David's mail with the Victoria Mendez name in it. Says, is this his defense? Victoria Mendez did it. Forgot to change the name on the orders after April. As much as these people were online, they never bothered to learn much about digital trails and forensics. It's crazy, right? I told y'all this is strategic. He said so himself with his anime. He's a detective of his own crime that he committed. If he finds a way out of this one, I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised. I ain't gonna know. If people said, I want to know what items are in that package, maybe the kiddie pool, but it was said by people that was delivered on May the 5th. Obviously, these aren't a pool, but this is the name that he was using, okay? And people have been digging in to try and find out, is there a Royal Victoria Mendez? He had another Celeste. So this is a message that's apparently going around. It says, recently we spoke with Celeste's ex-boyfriend's mother, who provided us some additional information about their experience and what she had been told. Although there wasn't much new info she could give, she did mention that David was photographed in the parking lot in Lake Elsinore. They mentioned that there was a Victoria or Veronica that was present with David that day. Friend. David also bought
This is crazy. We about to go to an hour and I might just come right back.
There was also their friend on Veronica or Victoria, and it says he allegedly made the purchases under the fake name Victoria Mendez. So that could have been a real person. He was saying, LMAO, is David going to be is this going to be David Zanny the Manny? I don't know that reference, unfortunately. It says all of his chopping